Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on KREM News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and we're going to head outside, check in with Thomas Patrick here at the noon hour on this fall day. Thomas, what's it been like so far, I guess, out there? You've been out there just a short time, but also what can we expect as we head into the day?
This is the first I've seen the sunshine today, Laura, because after this morning, it was soaking wet with a fast-moving storm system that gave us basically exactly 3 hours of rain, a quarter inch of rain in the rain gauges officially here. So everything's just been kind of soaking wet outside. But that sunshine is now finding a few pockets of blue sky to work with. Look at how things have cleared out. Doppler radar isn't really finding anything save for maybe the stray mountain shower. We won't see anything more than that. Just the sun kind of dipping in and out between some of the more fair weather cumulus clouds above our heads. Honestly, temperatures are actually warmer right now than they were yesterday. Kind of odd considering that this was a cold front that just passed through. So what gives there? Well, one, the cold front wasn't very strong in the first place, and two, the sunshine will overwrite some of the cooler air that's trying to come in here. The sunshine will really help. It's in mid-40s right now, should be able to crack the 50-degree mark today, unlike what we had yesterday. But now the issue this afternoon are the winds. Honestly, this is a little bit more gusty than I initially thought, getting now into that 30 to 35 mile per hour range. Doesn't feel too bad as I stand in the Outdoor Weather Center right now. Actually don't even really hear all that much wind on my microphone either. So the occasional wind gust, sure, but a little bit of sunshine can go a long way as we'll get a moment to dry out before Halloween.
All right, my friend, thank you. Just hours ago, Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown declared an emergency, in part due to the federal shutdown and the impact it's having on food benefits. The emergency will open up 50 extra shelter beds, expedite funding for eviction protections, and fund more mobile treatment to connect people to services. This declaration comes as part of Mayor Brown's homeless response plan, which is called Home Starts Here. She called this a preventative step.
There is still a dire need for places for people to go and connection to services when they need them. We are also anticipating increased needs as members of our city will be forced to decide whether to pay for food and rent as a result of the federal shutdown.
This emergency comes just days after City Council passed an ordinance that allows police to enforce a camping ban. It also outlaws sitting, sleeping, or lying on public property like sidewalks and underpasses. The mayor says the declaration will allow greater flexibility to help as the city starts enforcing those new laws. 54 to 45. That was the vote tally yesterday to try to end the government shutdown. 42 Democrats and 3 Republicans voted no. So now we enter day 29. And right now there is a legal fight over whether the Trump administration can use funds to keep SNAP food benefits running. Jared Hill from CBS has more.
From Washington, D.C. to Florida.
This your first shutdown? God bless you, honey.
Food lines stretch on as the government shutdown stretches into its 29th day.
We need help, we need support, and we need our Congress to be there for us.
The message is simple. End the shutdown today.
The president of the Air Traffic Controllers Union Tuesday, on the first day they missed a full paycheck, despite having to stay on the job.
An already demanding job, add on to that, how am I going to provide for my family? How am I going to pay the bills?
For 40 million Americans, growing concerns about where they'll find their next meal, as the Department of Agriculture says money for the SNAP Food Assistance Program will run out on Saturday. A group of more than 24 states is suing the Trump administration to release contingency funds.
The money is there. The hungry people, the hungry children, the hungry veterans, the hungry elderly could be fed. But Trump's using them as hostages.
Top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer says they'll introduce a bill to fund SNAP. Republicans, though, are pushing back.
Why wouldn't you just open it up and have everybody get their benefits now?
The battle over benefits as the Senate failed to advance the GOP's funding bill for a 13th time. Democrats holding out for extensions to health care subsidies. President Trump this morning on Air Force One during his trip through Asia.
I'd say open up the government and we'll work it out.
As Americans remain caught in the middle. Jared Hill, CBS News.
A judge ordered more supervision for the teenager that was charged with hitting and killing former Chaz Health COO Sarah Doxey. The teen was back in court yesterday for an alleged ankle monitor violation. Doxey's family shared every time they go through the courthouse doors, it feels like their grieving process restarts. Back in July, Doxey was hit while running on Spokane South Hill. Police say the teenage driver then left the scene. The suspect, who has pleaded not guilty, was released from custody with an ankle monitor back in August. He returned to court yesterday after he allegedly violated the terms of his release by having two friends come to his house to help him remove tattoos from his arm.
When we were in the ICU room, knowing that she wasn't going to make it, I made a decision then that anytime my sister's name was said in court, I would be here, because it is the last thing I can do for her.
So the judge ordered the 18-year-old to remain in adult custody until his next court date, meaning a guardian will watch over the teen. Doxey's family says they are grateful for that decision. The teen is expected back in court for his trial coming up in late January. Now a second person is in police custody in connection to a deadly shooting in the Logan neighborhood near the Gonzaga campus that happened earlier this month. So last week we learned Zachary McGriff would face first-degree murder charges. Spokane police say they have arrested McGriff's nephew, Marcus Velasquez. He is now facing first-degree murder charges along with first-degree robbery charges as well. Police say the shooting started as a dispute over the title of a car. Our Boomtown coverage tracks the impacts of population growth all across the inland Northwest, and now the Idaho Transportation Department is working to help alleviate traffic buildup at the I-90 US 95 interchange, always a crowded area. They gave the city of Coeur d'Alene some updated design concepts. They would add some new access routes between Appleway Avenue and US 95, upgrade Fruitland Lane and Haycraft Avenue to handle more vehicles, and then also install some new traffic signals to help drivers safely merge. The Department of Transportation says without improvements, congestion could start affecting I-90 and potentially cause some traffic incidents.